There are many risks that are associated with flying, and people tend to emphasize the risk of the airplane itself. They think that small airplanes or general aviation aircraft are risky. The risk is not in the aircraft. A well-maintained aircraft is a well-maintained aircraft. The risk of flying general aviation is in the pilot. I received my multi-engine training here at Century. Part of that multi-engine training is learning how to fly the aircraft properly and under control when only one engine is operating due to an engine failure. If you don't know how to properly fly that airplane, if you don't know how to properly control it, the airplane will be way out of control because of the properties of a multi-engine airplane, and you'll actually wind up doing more harm than if you had no engines at all. For me, it happened just outside of Scranton, Pennsylvania, on my way to Chicago. I was at about 15,000 feet and got a clearance to climb up to 20,000 feet. I put in the power, began the climb, and shortly into the climb, the left engine went silent. And as soon as I heard that, the nose immediately darted to the left. My memory kicked in, and it was the memory of training with Richard. Immediately I was on the rudder to straighten the airplane and to recognize that I had an engine failure. Even though my passenger I could see was getting visibly excited seeing the propeller stopped on the left engine, I wasn't going to let her energy sap me of what I needed to do. I went through the checklist, identified the proper engine, shut it down, and continued to fly the airplane without event and brought it safely on the ground at the airport in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. Without the type of training that I received at Century, the outcome of that particular event would have been very different. Most of the pilots that I know who are not associated with a flight school like Century, who want to get a multi-engine rating, will go to a school that will basically get them their multi in a weekend. That was not the type of training that I received at Century. I spent hours flying an airplane on one engine. I spent hours in the simulator demonstrating all sorts of different scenarios and emergencies. The ones that were safe to do in the air, we did those as well. I was ready for the loss of an engine and not to make it a dramatic event. It was remarkable to me about how I was able to remain calm in this situation because I had had not only the training to do it, but the experiences of having already done it. When I saw Richard, I shook his hand and I said to him, I'm alive because of you and what you've done for me. Without a doubt, the training that I received at Century saved my life and the life of my passenger too.